So as I was getting into prayer, I was praying just a few hours ago, and God was telling me that I don't know who this person is, so I'm not going to give any names in the video. But as I was praying, God told me that there is a guy, a man, who is suffering. So there's a guy that's living in a house by themselves, and there's a lady that was supposed to be watching him or monitoring him, and the lady has now left and went for traveling. But apparently this guy is suffering in the house by himself, and nobody's there, so the guy is left stranded. The woman that's supposed to be there watching the guy, she left to go traveling. And the reason why I'm exposing this is because God is saying that in this season, there's going to be a lot of exposure. A lot of people are going to be getting arrested. A lot of people are going to be going to prison, because we're in the rapture. We're in the end times, the end of the world. And the reason why this needs to be exposed is because the stuff that some of these people are doing in secret, God was telling me in prayer that it needs to be exposed publicly. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm anointed, I'm chosen by God. I'm technically a prophet, but not only am I a prophet, I'm highly anointed. And God has called me to give messages out about what's going on in this world. So things that are going on in this world, I'm here to expose it. This is what God is saying, the season of exposure. So whatever is happening in secret, as I'm praying, God is revealing to me information about what certain people are going through in private. And the reason why I'm exposing this is because technically it has to be brought to light, because it says in the Bible, what happens in the dark has to be brought to light. So what's happening in the dark is that there's a man that is living by themselves that's going through suffering in private. And the reason why this hasn't been talked about is because God told me that the guy that's going through this is struggling to expose this information. But what's happening is there's a guy that is suffering in private because he's not being taken care of. He's not being treated properly as far as like health, things like house maintenance, cleaning the house and stuff. The house is dirty and stuff like that. So God is telling me that there's a guy that's in private that's suffering, and the woman that is supposed to be taking care of him or watching over it, she's basically abusing the situation, and she's not taking care of him. She's not cleaning the house. She's not making sure all these things are supposed to be there. She's not doing her job. And God is telling me that the woman is going traveling instead of taking care of this guy. And apparently she was sent there to do that job. And the job was she was to be taking care of this man, making sure that his house is clean, all of this stuff. And as I was praying, God told me that she's not doing it. She's not cleaning the house. She's not taking care of this man. So it's being exposed, because God says what's happening in the dark is being exposed by the light. And what God was telling me in prayer is that this woman is abusing this guy. So the guy that's supposed to be getting taken care of by this lady, the lady is abusing him in private with things like not taking care of him, not giving him food, not cleaning the house, all that stuff. She's not doing it. And instead of her doing her job, she's going traveling. So God told me that she's getting paid to take care of him, but she's not doing it. She's not doing what she's supposed to do. And because of that, the guy is getting neglected by her, because she's abused. That's basically abuse and neglect. So she's abusing and neglecting this man, and she's getting paid to take care of him, but she's not taking care of him. So she's not doing what she's supposed to do. And instead of her doing what she's supposed to do, taking care of the guy, making sure the house is clean, all these things, she's going traveling. So she's going traveling instead of taking care of this guy. And God is telling me that it needs to be exposed in the light, because she's going to go to prison. Because as I was praying, God was telling me that she was sent there to take care of this man, and she was getting paid to do it, and she did not do her job. So she was sent there to take care of this guy, make sure that he has food and clothes and all these different things, and she's not doing that. So she's abusing and neglecting the guy. On top of that, she's taking the liberty. So she's abusing her power. Not only is she abusing her power, she's taking the liberty from the situation, because she's getting paid, she's going traveling, but she's not taking care of this guy. So the guy is suffering in private because she's abusing the guy. And the reason why I'm exposing this is because God says in the Bible, what's in the dark has to come to light. God is the light of the world. I'm the light of the world. So this information has to be exposed, because what happens in the dark, it has to come to light. These are biblical scriptures that are in the scripture. So this woman is paid to do her job, but she's not doing her job. She's doing the opposite. And as I was praying, God told me that she's going to be fired. And not only is she going to be fired, she's going to go to prison. And she's not going to get paid anymore. Because what she's doing is not right. And she's abusing this guy in private. And it's going to be exposed. So this woman that's abusing this guy, she's going to lose everything, and she's going to go to prison for the rest of her life. Because this guy is suffering and going through a lot in private. And when you do stuff like that, it will come back around. What you do to people, you will pay for it. That's why they tell you, be careful how you treat people. Because however you treat someone, it will come back to you tenfold. These things are written in the scripture. What's in the dark comes to the light. This is an example. What's happening in private, it comes to the light. God will expose you. It's not me. The Spirit of God lives inside of me. So the Spirit of God is exposing what you're doing. So as I was praying, once again, God was telling me there's a woman that's abusing a guy in private with food abuse, of neglect, power, greed, money. And instead of her taking care of this man, she's abusing her power. And she's doing the opposite, because she's a scientist, she's a healthcare provider. So the devil is working as a scientist, as a doctor, as a nurse, as a scientist. But instead of her helping this man, she's abusing him, and she's taking her liberty. So as I was praying, God told me, we're in the rapture, we're in the end time, this is the end of the world. And what's happening is the devil is coming as a scientist. Have you noticed? Satan is coming as a doctor, he's coming as a scientist, he's coming as a physician, he's coming as a therapist. He's not coming as your enemy, he's coming as your friend, he's coming as your lover, he's coming as your wife, your husband. These are the things that Satan is showing up as. And the only way it works is through prayer. But God is saying in the season, exposure is needed. So there's information that's going to be exposed on a consistent basis, because what's happening in the dark, it comes to the light. It's written in the scripture. And God was telling me there's a man that's being abused in private, and it needs to be exposed publicly, because that's not okay. And on top of that, whoever is doing that, God told me there's consequences that you're going to pay for.